Okay, welcome back to another DG beer review as we're circling back to Samuel Adams once again. This is a beer that has become part of their football game day. Or maybe not football, I don't even know if they use the word football, but it's their game day classics variety pack, which I believe is probably marketed around for the big game in February. I'm not sure if I can say it. I'm not making money off of this, so maybe I can, but I won't chance it just in case it gets taken down by the powers that be. But anyway, this is a beer that is not brand new, I just found out. However, the name is new. It was called Alpine Spring. Now it's been changed to Alpine Lager. So this beer is an American lager. Much in the style, I don't want to say in the style, but the same style as their Sam 76 beer, which is a new beer. You might remember our reviews for the Kona Longboard Island Lager and the Moosehead Lager as well from up north in Canada. So this beer, we're looking for that kind of straw to gold look to it, and clean and crisp, medium hop bitterness, kind of a toasted, maybe very mildly toasted. So this is supposed to be just a sessionable, pleasurable kind of ale, not an ale, lager. It's either ale or lager, and this one's a lager. Usually it ranges in between 4.1 and 5.1%, 30 to 45 IBUs. This particular beer is a little higher. It's 5.5% ABV and a little lower in the IBUs at 18. So as I mentioned, it's formerly Alpine Spring. They changed the name to Alpine Lager. And it says, hazy and golden, this unfiltered lager is a breath of fresh air. The crisp maltiness and lovely citrus notes transport you to brisk sunny days out in the mountains. They use two-row pale malt as well as honey malt and wheat malt. As far as hops, it's Tettnang, Noble, and Mandarina, or Mandarin hops, I guess. Anything to kind of talk about? Not really, kind of just a generic label. Sam Adams is kind of getting toward that generic looking label where it's the same look, just different color. When I think of Alpine, I think of IPAs. I think of the piney kind of IPAs. So for some reason, I'm expecting that out of this, even though it's an American lager. Probably not going to get it just by the sheer nature of this beer. So let's pour it out. By the way, there's no ranking on Beer Advocate for this beer yet. I guess it's been so new that it hasn't been ranked in the list of American lagers yet. So as we pour it in here, we do see kind of a very clean amber look, maybe a little bit goldish, a little bit more cloudy than I was expecting. I was expecting a more see-through clear beer, but this is almost a heavy in the wheat kind of category. You can still see my hand through it a little bit. Very, very thin head as well, like almost like about a quarter of a finger or so. So it's a very, very thin head of beer here. And aroma-wise, see what we get. Getting that kind of standard lager smell. Kind of like that clean kind of straw smell. Not getting corn, so I'm getting some more fresh ingredients in here. Maybe a tad of the honey as well. It kind of has a honey look to it, like almost like a honeycomb look. So let's get the taste now of Alpine Lager. Crisp, has a little bit of a bite to it in the back, a little bit. Definitely a little bit of a hop bitterness, not too much, but it is a clean beer. Getting a little bit of the honey and a little bit more of the wheat than I'm thinking I was going to get from this particular beer. So it does have a full taste to it. It might be a cold winter day sessionable ale, perhaps. But it does have that tad of a bite to the back of it. Decent effort nonetheless. I do like this beer. I'm drinking it ice cold. I would assume that would be the way to go. So I'm going to go ahead and give Alpine Lager from Boston Beer Company, Samuel Adams, a 7.5 out of 10. It's a little cloudy, a little filtered or unfiltered looking, I guess, maybe with a thin head. The aroma is not putting me into that breath of fresh air category that the description is telling me where to go. Again, I went into this thinking IPA, pine, citrus, that kind of thing, and I knew I was going to be, not right going into that because it's not an IPA after all. But it is a crisp beer, a little bit harsh in the back of the throat than I would like out of this style, but decent nonetheless. 7.5 out of 10 for Samuel Adams Alpine Lager.